All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarasun Seti. Kick back. Get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I got some feedback. Where is this coming from? Yeah, yeah. We excited to say we accepting memberships for Sarasun Seti's YouTube page. You already know is the most dynamic when it comes to African studies, profound, mind-blowing African studies. This is the place to be. You see what I'm saying? So I know that this is a dynamic team that if this is your niche and this is where you love African history and heritage and you love powerful information about your people, then this is most definitely the place to be, because that's what I champion: African history, African people, nation building. That's what it's about. We got 4 tiers of memberships. Offering some dynamic packages, and even if you don't want to become a member, you still on the BPC team, family. Come on over here and enjoy the videos, support. You see what I'm saying, and continue. You know what I'm saying, to grow in African history and heritage. That's right. Ring the alarm, kingseti.com online marketplace, man. We got some fly t-shirts. I just uploaded about 20 of them up there on kingseti.com. You gonna want them for the summertime. I know you is. Run, run, run. Check them out. Thank me later. You understand what I'm saying? Get your wardrobe together for the summer. You got to be divine with the royal Seti wear. You feel me? And I guarantee you, wherever you go, you're going to say, people's going to be like, damn, where you get that? For real. So get on over there. We also got the DVD lectures. We got, of course, the t-shirts and hoodies. It's getting warm for the hoodies. So we got tank tops. We got shirts for the kings and the queens. So the sister, you ain't got to wear no man shirt. We got you covered. For real. We got the African and Kemetic jewelry for the family, all type of medallions for the kings and queens, earrings, bracelets. We got the men's cuffs. We got the cosmological talismans. We got all that. Keep the evil off of you, and then venerate the power of African history and heritage. That's right. And of course, we also got home decor accessories for every room in the house. Check us out, kingseti.com. Pull the fire alarm, because we on fire. Generalseti.com, Seti University. Again, I was up there piling them on, just fire. You understand what I'm saying? Fire. Doom, 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 doom. Yeah. You see, we got nothing but them jalapenos up there on General Seti, because that's the only place when they get to crying on every other platform, that's where it got to go. People say, well, Seti, man, why you don't come? I do come, but this shit, it can't stay there long. You feel me? So you got to go over to Seti University and get that smoke for real. And so we got over 900 videos, all the subjects that we know and love, all the new, all the old, you feel me? Behind the scenes, never seen before. We got so much on there. Go check it out. Thank me later. Seti popping on Patreon, BPC making noise. We never come. Exclusive live stream, too hot to handle on YouTube or any other tool. We going down. We got one going down tonight. 25 facts that prove the Olmecs was from the Nile Valley. 25, part 1 is tonight. Part 2 will be tomorrow. 25 facts that prove that the Olmecs was from the Nile Valley. A very powerful, powerful piece that I put together for you. So get on over there to Patreon if you want that smoke, because that's how it's going down. Plus, the one we just did this Sunday, the code is mind-blowing, a cult breakdown of the Bible, is not showing on Patreon. You can get that, plus all the other exclusive live stream that I've presented down through the day, through the weeks and the months. And so most definitely get over there and check that out. And make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels, King Seti, General Seti, Sarasun Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it, share with your family and friends, and comment, comment, comment. Just don't say nothing stupid, because I will ban your ass. And we banning, make a mistake banning niggas. Straight up, you know what I'm saying? Thought he said something banned. Oh, sorry. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We don't want to go through that. So watch what you say. Nah, things the Bible says about Africa that Europeans wish it hadn't said. You see, that's very powerful right there. We about to get into some things. Where my time at? Okay. The things that the Bible says about Africa that Europeans wish it had not said. Now, very critical information that a lot of, Negroes out there, they tend to look at all, this obscure shit that don't nobody really know about. You understand what I'm saying? And people can't really piece it together. And so I go right to the heart of the matter. You see what I'm saying? Dynamic information that you can go right now to the book and make a clear understanding to what the general is talking about, and show you how devastating the information is. Let's jump right on into it. Yeah, we lunching. Well, we're a little bit past lunch. You see, lunching for lunch. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let me get it in here. Let me get it in here. All right. Now, one of the critical things, you see, three of the critical things that I'm going to deal with today, if I can, maybe more. You see, is the how Africa, Egypt, Ethiopia, you see, are so closely related. And also, I'm going to do another one on the Kushite Federation in the book. Because, see, we got some devastating things that, especially dealing with how, we got these issues dealing with Cleopatra, Kevin Hart, he said some things, and, Zahi Hawass over there, you understand what I'm saying? He butt sore and shit because, the truth is out that they not the original Egyptians. And so, they butt sore and shit. And so we have to go straight to the heart of the matter. As a matter of fact, no, I ain't got my Islam, but I'll do that then, later on. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm starting to tighten the noose on them. You see what I'm saying? And push them over the edge with the facts, even the Islam and what it says about ancient Egypt. You see what I'm saying? And what it says about the Arabs, and knowing damn well that in the Quran, it does not show that no damn Arabs was in Egypt, because even in the Quran, Egypt was looked at as the old evil empire, and Pharaoh was looked at as old evil Pharaoh. You see what I'm saying? Who was against the will of Allah. He was against the will of Allah. And so all these things that they speak of in the Quran that is so derogatory against Egypt. And even in the Bible, even though they say some things that bring clarity today, you see where they bring clarity today, they file with their interpretation about Africa, Egypt, and that shows. At that time, because number one, let's deal with something. If white people believe that the ancient Egyptians were white, it would be at the top of their list of veneration. Greece would not be at the top of their list. You see what I'm saying? You have to watch that. They're just like when you talk about the Mexicans and they try to say that the old Mex is them. And then I showed, if you watch my my presentations on the old Mex, you see what I'm saying? And you go in there and you just type in the greatest Mesoamerican civilization, how many times they leave Olmec totally out the damn. It'd be Mayan, Aztec, and Incan. damn near 80% of the time. They just leave the Olmecs out. You see what I'm saying? But yet and still, they don't want us to claim our history because they're going to have to identify us as the primordials. They're going to have to identify us as those who are original in these lands that brought civilization and culture here. And so they don't want that. So they'll claim it, though at the same time they'll disdain it. You see, they'll claim it, but at the same time they'll disdain it. So I show where they don't even, they'll mention the Mayan, they'll mention the Aztec, they'll mention the Incan, and totally leave damn Olmec off the map. Won't even show the Olmec. You see, now if that's the mother culture and that's you would venerate it. You see, you wouldn't disdain it. You would venerate it. You see, in the same thing with Egypt. You see, Egypt, if they truly in their heart and mind thought that ancient Egypt belonged to them, it would have been highly more venerated than ancient Greece. They would have loved to claim, but they know that don't look like them. They know they don't have no origin because they can't claim a civilization in another land before they can claim one in the land in which they say they originate from. They say that they're Europeans. They say they're Caucasian, then show us the civilizations that started in Caucasia, that started in Europe, and show how it developed and how you took that development into Egypt and continue to develop. Cannot do that. Cannot do that. And so they claim it, yet they disdain it. You see what I'm saying? At the same time. So, and so when you read the Bible, you'll see in the Bible at that time, whenever they crafted, and it was not crafted no way back. We know that. You see, but even in the time of 1611, and even at the time of 1611, Napoleon hadn't went into Egypt. You see, Napoleon hadn't went into Egypt. They hadn't started their great pillaging of Egypt. Napoleon went in the 1700s, 1750 something, 50 somewhere around there, right, on the between the 1800s and the latter part of the 1700s when he went in there. You see what I'm saying? So even when they wrote the Bible, the 1611 King James Bible, they really didn't see no connection to no Egypt. You see, and then when Napoleon and them went in there and showed them what was actually in there, see, that's when you start having Egypt mania. And so now they got goddamn obelisks and Egyptian mausoleums, and you see all in the cemeteries, and then even in the theater, everything became Egypt mania. You see what I'm saying? So that was really their first, and then they began to want to steal. You understand what I'm saying? But now in the Bible, see, this is why, they want to, discredit the Bible now. You see what I'm saying? Even though we understand, again, everything is chronologically correct. The individuals is just like, fairy tales. But see, you don't understand that a lot of truth, again, is packaged in a fable. You see, truth is many times wrapped in a fable. And once you understand it's a fable, you're not worried about the carrot. You go in there and get the meat. You're going in there to get the meat out of the fable. You're going in there to get the truth out of the fable. And this is what we're doing today. And I'm going to show you critical things that they wish the Bible hadn't said. Now, which one I want? I'm gonna start. Well, you know what? I'm gonna start here. You see, see, a lot of people. Let me take that out so people can, I'm not. If you want, if you want to smoke, you got to go over to Patreon. I'm gonna just give you a little tidbits. You see, now a lot of people don't understand that when you say Adam, See, we're going to deal with Ham. Now, Ham, we understand Ham. Ham is the patriarch of the African tribes in the Bible. Okay, Noah, we go to Noah. We know, now don't get caught up in just get the meat. You see, Noah is the new Adam. What do I mean by the new Adam? It's a flood. Nobody survives but Noah and his family. So after the flood, Noah becomes the new Adam. Everybody after the flood is supposedly coming from Noah and his 3 sons. You got Ham, you got Shem, you got Japheth. Now, before I even do that, because this is going to bring quick clarity, and I'm going to jump right back to where we at. Now, we dealing with the, we could deal with the comments, okay? Comments, Dictionary of the Holy Bible. Let me go in there for you. You see, and that was published in 1832. See, that was published in 1832. And so when it speaks of Ham, it says that Ham or Cham, see, that's a very critical, because that's where you get Champa. See, all of them words that y'all using are even Kim or Kam. You see, all of those are the same word. They are interchangeable. You see, understanding that many of these so-called ancient languages do not have vowels. You see what I'm saying? So they are interchangeable. So Ham or Cham, just like the Naga, Champa, the incense that you burning, the Naga. You see, Naga Champa, that's you. You see, showing just like the frankincense and myrrh, that's what we were known for. The fragrances, the incense and oils that we have burning all through the land. And when people would speak about even coming into our land, we had so many fragrances and smells that was lit up the air. You understand what I'm saying? It was like they was in heaven on earth. You see, so when you talk about Ham and when you talk about Cham, you see, burnt, swarthy, black, very, very key. We didn't say that, huh? We didn't say that, but we know it's true. You see, and so when you see, you come down, we down here. It says, and it is believed. Wait a minute. It says Ham. Here we go. Was the father of Cush, Mizraim, Punt, and Canaan. That's very critical. You see, that's very critical. Mizraim is Egypt, and I'll break down a chamber on that. You know, maybe later on, dealing with that Mizraim and that suffix of im, I-am, you know, dealing with either an angel or a giant. You see, just like you get Nephilim or you get Seraphim. You see, is you know, so you know that im is signifying either someone who has come from an angel or a giant. And so when you even break down Mizraim, Egypt's children in the Bible, all of them end with the im, and it is only Egypt where you look at its descendants and they end in that suffix of im, I am, and then you look at the seraphim and all the angels ending in the im, and then the Nephilim, the Philistine. You understand what I'm saying? So our people was looking, and even Nimrod, who was a Kushite, was also looked at as a giant. You see what I'm saying? So we'll get off into that at a different time. You see, it is believed Ham had Africa for his inheritance. You see, and that he peopled it, but he dwelt in Egypt. That is very significant because his name is burnt, swarthy, black. See, they wish they hadn't said no shit like that, because that right there signifies, based on the information, all these biblical dictionaries, encyclopedias that y'all identified, that Egypt was burnt, swarthy, black. Because even though, you know, he dwelt in Egypt, and then in the Bible, Egypt was also referred to as the land of Ham, the land of Ham, which we'll go over. And so we'll see now that you understand the root of Ham, You see what I'm saying? Understanding who his children was, Ethiopia, Kush. Now, again, this is another thing which is a dagger, which, nobody really brings up. You understand what I'm saying? These niggas out here swear they know, but they don't know. You understand what I'm saying? It's, in the Bible, Kush is Nubia, the Sudan. It's not the Ethiopia of today. You see what I'm saying? And that has went on far too long where people have not understood that. You see what I'm saying? So you could just put Nubia there, and I can back that up. That's exactly what it is. So when you say Cush is father Nimrod, who was the father of Mesopotamia, and you just add Nubia in place of Nubia was the father of Nimrod, that changes shit. You see, the dynamic of putting Nubia in there changes shit totally. Because now if you look at, today people look at Ethiopia and they see that, and we must say what it is, because it's close to Arabia. You understand what I'm saying? There has been some intermingling with the Arab, you understand, who had come in and conquered. Yes, the Nubian was the original. Yes, he was. He was the original in there. You see what I'm saying? As a bringer of civilization. You see what I'm saying? But today, now, you talking about a different era. You see what I'm saying? And together, they are trying to perpetrate. And even though this is on the continent of Africa, we must do this because we got to close the door on this garbage that they trying to attempt to do by taking segments of Africa and out of Africa and recategorizing these areas as areas of Afro-Asiatics, and you understand the Afros, the Afro-Semitic and all this garbage and shit. So we got to close the door and see, some of those that's in these areas of modern Ethiopia, they sing along with that song. Yes, they do. They sing along with that song. And so they open the door for their Arab daddy to come into Africa. Yes, they do. And they all Afro-Asiatics. You see what I'm saying? And so they could take Egypt and even try to take Sudan, because you got some of them same, and luckily we know what when we look at the Nubian on the walls, you see, we know that they the cold black Nubians. You see what, and there's other, but that's the dynamic that they don't want us to see. You understand what I'm saying? That cold black Nubian changing the dynamics and shit. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what I need. That's what I put up there on their ass. So to let them know that we know what the original Ethiopia or the Greeks in the Bible is, Nubia. You see what I'm saying? So we have to close the door on that. You see what I'm saying? And so we see, so let me get back here. And so we see Ham. Now, a lot of people don't know in Arabic, that originally when you say Adam is Adham. And in our Arabic, Adham means black. You see, it means black. Now, even the name Sudan, when we deal with Sudan, because the heart of Nubia was in modern day Sudan. You see what I'm saying? And the name Sudan derives from the Arabic expression Balad el Sudan, okay, land of the blacks. Okay, and so when we say black, we mean exactly that. You see what I'm saying? We must ride on that. You understand? We don't mean mulatto. We don't mean mixed breed. We don't mean none of that. We had to go to the true source of the understanding, because at these times, it wasn't that way, no way. This is some shit that happened when the Arab came in 700 AD. You see what I'm saying? This is not, what's in the ancient times. You see what I'm saying? And in the ancient times, it was the black, you know what I'm saying? And the others of the brown and the yellows, and it was there, But we have to establish, number one, that it's the black, you understand, is the primary, because you can get all of the other colors from the black, but you can't do it vice versa. You understand what I'm saying? You can't do it vice versa. Not going to be able to do it. You see? And so we have to establish that. You see? So now when we come in here and we say, okay, Psalm 78:51, it says he struck down firstborn in Egypt, the first fruits of their strength in the tents of Ham. Black, swarthy black. You see, Ham, black. And so you got, once you understand this, when you say that, you got to, every time you say it, you have to say black, swarthy, you see, burnt, black, swarthy, and whatever words that they use. And so you can regulate your understanding of what is actually saying. Psalms 106:22, wondrous works in the land of Ham and awesome deeds by the Red Sea. You see, burnt, swarthy, black. You see, Genesis 10:6. And so the sons of Ham, burnt, swarthy, black. You see, Nubia, Egypt, Punt, Canaan. So that even the land that what they call Israel today, all of that was burnt in the lineage of the Ethiopia, of the Nubian. See, that's very critical, because in academia, they're gonna show, and I didn't see in academia, and I'm gonna bring this. In academia, they're gonna make the Egyptians and the Nubians two different races. You see, they're gonna say Egypt is the dominant, and the Nubians mimic the Egyptians as best that they could, but nevertheless, no other nation outside of Nubia had the same language, the same culture, many of the same God. You didn't find that outside of Egypt. In some places you did, not on the level of Nubia, where you got the temples, the language. The language did not leave Egypt. You might have seen some deities, and you understand what I'm saying? You might have seen some of the architecture on a smaller level. But when you talk about Nubia and Egypt, this was one civilization. You see what I'm saying? This is one civilization. It's no different than saying America and Britain. You understand what I'm saying? And when you talk about the federation of nations in the Bible, because even Sheba and Saba, all of those are in federation with Ethiopia. You see, Libya, all of them is in. So when they talk about bringing down Egypt and bringing down Ethiopia, they also throw Libya in there. They also throw Saba in there. They also throw Sheba in there. They also throw some of the Assyrian, the Nimrod, because at that time it was still Nubian. It was still Sudanese. You understand what I'm saying? And I had to say that so y'all can have a clear understanding that I'm not talking about the Ethiopia today. You see what I'm saying? That became Ethiopia in modern times, actually, because it was Abyssinia, and before it was Abyssinia, it was awesome. It was awesome. And so all of that legendary shit of it was, of some damn Sheba and all that. None of that predated awesome. Okay, awesome is that the primary civilization of that time, of the primary civilization in ancient, what today is Ethiopia. You see what I'm saying? Awesome. Okay, and so let me get back here. And we see some, and we did, and so again, Egypt is referred to, and it says, out of Egypt I have called my son. I don't know if I got that one in there. You understand what I'm saying? Out of Egypt I have called my son. You see, now if we understand that Egypt is black and swarthy, is burnt, then we understand. And it said that he took and say, take the child and go into Egypt. Hide the child into Egypt. He ain't gonna go hide as no little white boy in no damn land or no damn burnt, swarthy, and black. We understand that. You see what I'm saying? Because at that time, Herod ruling in Egypt, the Romans were still ruling in Israel. The Romans had a grip on Egypt too. So they had put the word out. So it wasn't like they could just go in there. So in order for him to be able to hide, he had to look like them. You see, if a motherfucker on the run, they're not going to run nowhere where they're going to stand out. You understand what I'm saying? You're not going to go to a city that's damn near 99% white and your ass is black. You know your ass is sticking out like a sore thumb. And so that's not what he did. He went somewhere and hid in an area where he knew that he looked like everybody else. That's very significant. And they changing that information in the Bible too, talking about the hair being like pure wool. They didn't change that up out of there. You understand what I'm saying? That's why you have to keep the King James. If you're gonna keep the shit, you're gonna keep the King James because they said a lot of shit in there. You understand that they didn't change it up out of there. They didn't change it up out of there. You understand what I'm saying? Now they say it was white like wool. They didn't change it from the texture. See, when you say pure, you say his hair was pure like wool. They shouldn't. That's another one of them that they wish they had not say it. Because you say pure, that means it's unmixed. It means it's no mixture. It's pure. So that means he was a full-blooded African. You see, no mixture, pure wool. And so they changed that to say white like wool. So they changed it from the texture to the color. They made the emphasis on the color. Oh, it was just white. Yeah, it was white like wool. Oh, okay. Okay, so you can see how they changing shit up. You know what I'm saying? And you have to keep your hands on the older material so you can verify exactly what it is. Another thing. Okay. Another thing that it shows in that they speak of is that, and this one was critical. See, you got to get the right information. You see, you got to get. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. 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 Yeah. Let me not come in on in the in between sentence because I've been I've been banning niggas by misunderstanding. I'm gonna come back out and go back to my. You understand what I'm saying? Before I make a mistake and ask somebody. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, okay. And so you see now in this particular one, which I've always said, you see what I'm saying? You know what? I got to let me do this again. Let me do this again. Now for the layman nigga, okay? Let me clarify some things. Let me clarify some things just for you understand what I'm saying? Because I see what niggas say, they could change what they. Let me tell y'all something. I'm a teacher, okay? For a nigga whose ability to use things as instruments, you see, of awakening. You see, because in the laws of the universe, there's an opposite to everything. You see, the thing that they created to fool our people, a masterful teacher can take that and flip it. You understand what I'm saying? And bring awareness of the lie and the truth. Now, for a limited nigga who possesses no skills to awaken nobody, you understand what I'm saying? He'll say, discard it. Discard it. You see? But me, being a masterful nigga that I am, understanding that there are millions of our people that are under the spell. Some that just right there on the fence. I'm not talking about all the way down the block. I'm talking about right here. And all they need is a couple of lessons. You understand what I'm saying? From a masterful nigga like myself that can get them over the bridge. See, it's even the Greek shit, I use it. Yeah, and even the Quran, I use that too. It's a bridge. See, a nigga with no skills, he'll say discard it. You understand what I'm saying? But a masterful nigga like me got bridges all over this motherfucker. You understand? Coming from all trains of thought. And they all lead to Africa. You understand what I'm saying? It all lead to Africa. It all lead back to Egypt. It all lead back to the Nile. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's what I do as a masterful nigga. You see, now, like I so when I look in there and they say you can do whatever you want to with it. See, that's a nigga that, you understand, got limited skills. You understand what I'm saying? And I asked, I said, well, how many niggas have you woken up? Not many. Not many. You understand what I'm saying? Because you got, see, I look at all these trains of thoughts like cards in the deck. And I play, sometimes you can, how you get one of them sleepy books. You understand what I'm saying? You don't even think you could win with a card like that. You understand what I'm saying? Motherfucker end up winning a book with you playing spades. You end up winning a book with a 9 or some shit like that. Old sleepy book. You don't give a fuck about, you might not count it. You understand? But you leave it, it's in your hand and you have to play the motherfucker to win. You understand what I'm saying? So these are just cards in the deck, nigga. That's all they is. They ain't got to be the ace. They ain't got to be, but they can win a book. You understand? If you play the motherfucker right. You see what I'm saying? And see, this is where you niggas and see, but see, just letting you know what I'm saying? Some of you niggas just ain't me and never will be. And I'm gonna just leave that there. You understand what I'm saying? Never will be. You understand? So when I teach, you see some that you might be on a different level. Then nigga come to the other class. Nigga, if the shit say the Bible, the things the Bible says about Africa that Europeans wish it hadn't said, why show up to the motherfucker and say you can do whatever the fuck don't come to this class, nigga. That's like going into, you supposed to be in goddamn college, and then you go to the first grade and you sit in there and say, bitch, why you teaching 1, 2, 3? Get your monkey ass up out the class and come to a class that's on your goddamn level. Don't sit in a class that might be for somebody else awakening and sitting in there like a goddamn green eggs and ham ass nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Sitting in here pouting and shit because you can't achieve nothing with the lesson. You see? And so that's a lesson in itself. You understand what I'm saying? That's a lesson in itself. Now, lastly, before I get out of here, you see, you see another thing that the Bible, and I'll come back because I want to do a part 2 to this. And I have something for the other niggas too. You understand what I'm saying? And hopefully that's, hopefully that one mold to your liking. You see what I'm saying? In the Bible, it also says that Ethiopia is the older brother of Egypt, that he was the firstborn. So in that understanding, we see that they said some things that is true that you will not find in academia. You see what I'm saying? That you will not find. And so you see Ethiopia, where in academia, they'll say that Egypt is older. They'll say Egypt is older than Nubia, even though they know they lying through the crack of their goddamn teeth. You understand what I'm saying? But see, these is critical things that is said. And so again, like Dr. Clark said, you understand what I'm saying? Once you peel, you throw the peel away. You get the juice, you peel the orange, you squeeze the juice out the motherfucker, and you throw the peel away. Yet you mentally stuck out there, and that's why you ain't gonna go nowhere. And where you very well may study for yourself, but to be a master for one that can be a bridge for those, because everybody, this is a small culture. This is a small culture. You understand what I'm saying? This is a small culture. You see, and so we are always looking to, and see, that's why when you go out here, see, this is how these Cro-Magnums get niggas. Because they'll come out here and they'll knock on goddamn door and they'll do whatever. You know, they've been trained wherever level you think you at or whatever religion, they ready to have a conversation about it. They got something on it. Oh, and if you say, oh, I'm a different type of denomination, they'll come back the next time with some literature. If you ask some questions, they'll knock on your motherfucking door another time and say, you know what? Remember that question you asked me? I got something for it. Did you? Yeah, can we talk about this? See, they always open. You understand what I'm saying? And they persistent at that shit. You see what I'm saying? Well, nigga, discard your ass quick. He ain't got shit to say. Oh, man, I don't fuck with none of that. And the goddamn culture is so small, and we looking to grow, and they know how to grow. They'll get put them boys on bikes and roll their ass all around the neighborhood and shit, and knock on doors, stop your ass on the corner wherever you at. Wake your ass up early in the morning to get this information to you. But niggas is like, it's like a stoppage in their brain some goddamn where they don't know how to overcome. They don't know how to master some shit and use it to their advantage. You flip it. That's frequency, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? That's frequency. That which is used to destroy you, you can use that shit and flip it and destroy their ass with it. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I'm doing. So family, critical information. We'll be black again. We'll be black again. Don't y'all go nowhere. We got a couple more serious news reports going on out here. Wild as hell. And so you want to hear this information because, hey, it's a crazy world out here. This is the General Seti saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beach daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.